Eala awarded wildcard slot in 2026 Philippine Women's Open. Eala has been awarded a wildcard slot in the historic 2026 Philippine Women's Open, set to begin on January 26 at the Rizal Memorial Tennis Center. The development was confirmed by the Philippine Sports Commission, PSC, on Saturday, citing the Philippine Tennis Association. However, the 20-year-old's participation in the tournament will depend on her schedule. Eala, currently ranked world number 53, is already set to see action in the main draw of the Australian Open, which runs from January 18 to February 1 in Melbourne, Australia. This overlaps with the WTA 125 tournament, and a deep run at the Australian Open could cause Eala to miss the local event. Aside from Eala, another Southeast Asian standout, Indonesia's Janice Chen, was also awarded a wildcard slot. She is likewise committed to competing at the Australian Open. Even if Eala is unable to play on home soil, there will be no shortage of star power in the inaugural Philippine Women's Open. Paris Olympic silver medalist and former WTA world number 17 Donna Vekic of Croatia leads the list of participants, alongside Tatjana Maria, who currently ranks number 45 in the world. Both were included in the provisional list of 24 players released by the WTA for the 32-player draw of the country's first-ever WTA 125 tournament. 22 days to go before WTA 125. So no Christmas break, no New Year break, no holiday break. Everybody's here. Filter is here. PSC commissioners, PSC people are here. Philippine Sports Commission, PSC. Chairman Peter Gregorio said in a release, "We're all here just to make sure we transform Rizal Tennis Center as a showcase for the first ever hosting of the WTA 125 in Manila." Also included in the main draw are China's Xin Wang, Kazakhstan's Yulia Putintseva, Colombia's Camila Osorio, China's Yu Yuan, Switzerland's Simona Waltert, New Zealand's Lulu Sun, Japan's Moika Ochijima, and Australia's Kimberly Beryl. Before the Australian Open and the Philippine Women's Open, Eala will open her WTA season at the ASB Classic in New Zealand, followed by an exhibition stint at the Kooyong Classic in Australia. Eala enjoyed a breakthrough year in 2025, making a historic rise into the WTA Top 100 while capturing her first WTA 125 title and a SEA Games gold medal. In the world of professional tennis, there are moments that transcend wins and losses, moments that electrify a nation, redefine a sport's history, and rewrite what's possible for the next generation. On January 3, 2026, such a moment arrived for the Philippines when Eala was officially awarded a wildcard slot in the inaugural Philippine Women's Open, a landmark event set to debut from January 26 to 31 at the Rizal Memorial Tennis Center in Manila. GMA Network +1. For many athletes, playing in their home country's biggest tournament is a dream, sometimes fleeting, sometimes distant. But for Eala, this wildcard isn't just a ticket into a match draw. It is a symbolic homecoming. It's the promise of inspiration, the validation of relentless pursuit, and an affirmation that world-class talent can emerge from nations not traditionally known as tennis powerhouses. Globe showing Europe-Africa a journey from global courts to Philippine soil. At just 20 years old, Eala has already woven her name into the global tennis tapestry. She is not a newcomer. She's a trailblazer. In 2025, Eala reached the semifinals of the prestigious Miami Open, a WTA 1000 event, after stunning victories over elite players, including a top-ranked Grand Slam champion. That historic run marked her as the first Filipino to reach a WTA 1000 semifinal and instantly captured the world's attention. Wikipedia. Her ascent on tour has been admirable and relentless. From the junior circuit to the professional arena, Eala's transition has been marked by both triumph and tenacity. She has already clinched a WTA 125 title, broken into the top 100 rankings, and held her own against seasoned stars. Each match she plays reflects years of discipline, countless practices, early breakfasts, late-night strategy sessions, and an unshakable belief that she belongs on the world stage. Yet amid her global journey, from Miami to Auckland, the chance to compete in front of her own people bears a different kind of weight. It is personal. It is emotional. It carries the dreams of young Filipinos who pick up a tennis racket with hope in their hearts. Trophy the Philippine Women's Open, a new chapter in Filipino tennis. This upcoming tournament itself is historic. The Philippine Women's Open marks the first WTA event ever held in the country, bringing international competition to Manila's courts for the first time. With a WTA 125 status and a competitive field of international players, the tournament is more than just a sports event. It's a calling card for Philippine tennis on the world stage. GMA Network. For Eala, being awarded a wildcard slot in this maiden edition is more than a formality. It's a statement. It's a message from the organizers, her sport, and her homeland. This is your place. This is where history meets home. Yet there is a twist to this narrative of homecoming. Because of her commitments on the international circuit, particularly her participation in the Australian Open, Eala's presence at the Philippine Women's Open hinges on how far she advances in Melbourne. Philstar.com. This uncertainty adds dramatic tension. It underscores the precarious balancing act that modern athletes face, maintaining elite global form while honoring their roots. It is a reminder that for Eala, every serve and every step isn't just for ranking points, but for something bigger, a burgeoning legacy. Microphone Alex Eala, voice of a nation. Alex's reaction to this honor reflects her deep connection to her country's burgeoning tennis scene. When speaking about the historic tournament coming to Manila, she expressed pride and gratitude, emphasizing how meaningful it is to witness top-tier women's tennis finally unfolding on Philippine soil. GMA Network. Her words resonated not just with tennis fans, but with Filipinos from all walks of life, young athletes, parents, and those who've often watched global sports moments from afar. In Eala's journey, they see reflections of their own dreams that felt too big, too far, or just out of reach. To many, Alex is more than an athlete. She is a cultural ambassador, a symbol of what Filipino talent can achieve when nurtured, believed in, and given a platform to shine. Fire the wildcard, magic, opportunity, and expectation. In tennis, a wildcard is more than an entry. It is an opportunity given not through ranking but through belief. Wildcards are usually reserved for players with special promise, local favorites, or those deserving of a spotlight despite statistical hurdles. For Eala, the wildcard into the Philippine Women's Open serves several roles. Gold medal recognition of her status as one of Asia's most exciting young tennis stars. Filipino, a chance to galvanize Philippine sports culture, inspiring a new tennis generation. Explosion symbol and narrative arc, connecting her global exploits with an emotional home crowd.